Hi everybody, happy Wednesday night. Again, it's Wednesday and there's a big heat wave going through the country right now. So maybe you'll be coming inside a little sooner than normally, and maybe you can catch the replay or perhaps even catch me live. But I'm so excited to share with you this big box that I came across. And I kind of tweaked it a little bit, and I'm absolutely loving it. So this is the third box that I've made this month. So obviously, this is the theme of July, is the box. Okay, so before we get started, I did want to share with you my next class. And local gals, and card makers, you can come and join me yet this, I'll go ahead and switch the view here on it. You can join me on, I guess it's next Tuesday, if you're able to make it. I need the RSVPs by Friday. We're going to be making 6 different cards. Whoops, excuse me. 6 different cards, and it's featuring the Textured Chic bundle and suite of products. It's absolutely gorgeous. They all have the same layout. We're going to be making 6 cards. We're going to make 2 with the Memories and More. And then these 4 are all the different seasons. And so I'll do a quick video later on just featuring those. But while people are coming in, I did want to mention it. Okay, let's get started making this box. Now we're going to use different paper and everything, but I wanted to share with you how nice and big this box is. This box measures overall an 8 by 3 3/4, which means that you can hold so much stuff in here. So this is a little larger box than normal. I just kind of wanted to show that, you know, one of these big boxes of sprees can be in here. These are the little, you know, crackers and everything. But you can get some really nice size gifts in here. And I'll give you some ideas of what I'm going to do for my mom's birthday box here in just a little bit. This box, I want to just kind of share with you. Again, we're not going to make this design. We are going to make the box though. But I did use the Best Witches and a bunch of blends to do this. And I didn't want us to overlook, hi Marge, I didn't want you to overlook a whole pack of the 12 by 12 basic black that's available in the holiday catalog. I always try to snatch up these full packs as much as I can, because it's surprising how much you use when you have it on hand, those 12 by 12s in the different color. And then the background paper of this is from this mega pack of the Gingham Cottage. And so I used the pumpkin pie and the black on that. So big, cute Halloween box if you're wanting to use this design. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll get started on making the box. What we're going to need first is we're going to start out with a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. I've got the basic white cardstock, and it's cut at 11 by 12. And you can use your Simply Score tool or your trimmer. But what we're going to do is we're going to score 1.5 inches on all 4 sides. So I'm just going to turn it. I'm using the Simply Score because I can score super fast on this. So 1.5 inches, all 4 sides. And then when you have the 12-inch side up on top, we're also going to make 2 additional score lines at 5 1/4 and 6 3/4. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the scoring tool out of here. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for joining. All right, so we're going to take our paper snips and we are going to cut along the score lines on the 12-inch side here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a little cutting here. These are going to be our tabs and the sides of our boxes. And we're just going to cut up until we intersect the other and stop at the other score line. So we'll get all of those done. I have to say, like on some of these projects that I find and tweak, I do get like a little bit obsessed with them. And by that, what I mean is I start thinking of all of the different ways to use them. And, you know, July, we always talk about Christmas in July. And I'm starting to think about like my next round of gift giving. And I just really think that this box is going to be a big hit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and probably should have done this first. But let's go ahead and we'll get nice crisp fold lines on that. And so I'm going to fold this up. And again, we're going to use it all in the same direction because this is an all-in-one box. It's going to not only, you know, have the box bottom, but also we're making the lid at the same time. So you don't have to cut twice or anything. It's just one nice big one on here. Hi, Doreen. Happy Wednesday to you. So yeah, before you cut, this is like, you know, go ahead and, you know, burnish or give those score lines a nice big, you know, get those score lines just nice and good. Okay, so we have this. Now on all of the tabs, which are these little 1.5 by 1.5 ones, all of these tabs, we want to go ahead and what's called miter cutting, but it's really just taking a little slice off of either side of it. It doesn't matter how much or little that you do. It's just going to help hide the tabs. This is totally optional. I just find that sometimes with making the boxes, it's a little easier to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and, again, no one's going to see it. So it's a non-judged zone on how your tabs look here. I'm trying a little different setup here than what I normally do. I kind of like it. I set up a table that I raised. Have you seen those like folding table extenders, that legs that you can put underneath them so that they raise up to the tabletop or a table height? That's what I did, and I really like it. I'm not leaning over quite as much as what I do when I'm on my other surface. Okay, we'll get that a little bit more here. One more to go. Okay. Get all of that. All right, so there's our box. And I'll go ahead and show you how we're going to put it together. But I do want to, I think it's a little easier to decorate before we put it together. All right, so what we're going to do is bring in, oops, I keep bumping the camera. We're going to bring these in like so. And then this becomes the lid that comes over, okay? So that's where we're going. So what I want to do, I found it a little easier to decorate the front of it first. Well, on this one here, like I said, I had this one decorated for Halloween on here. And but on this one, I'm going to make my mom's birthdays next week. And I've got some ideas on what I'm going to put in her birthday box here. Let's see. Sharon says she likes making boxes. Yes. Me too. Okay, so what I have done ahead of time is I've gone ahead and got all of our paper and layering pieces here done. And I'm using, I thought this would be absolutely perfect for Mom's summer birthday. I'm using Happiness Abounds bundle. And it's got the stamp set. I'm using this Happy Birthday and all of the dies. And the dies do coordinate with the Hues of Happiness designer paper. And so you're able to die cut out some of the images from the paper, and that's what this designer paper's from. So we're going to do that. And I'll have all of the measurements up here as always here later on. All right, so for the designer paper, what we're going to need, I just think sometimes it's a little nicer to start with the designer paper. We are going to, and we do need 12 by 12 designer paper because this is 3.5 by 7 3/4. That's going to be for the lid. And then the matting piece is in Melon Mamba, and this is 1/8 of an inch larger, so this is 3 5/8 by 7 1/8. The front flap is going to be our 7 3/4 by 1 1/4, and then that's going to be matted on 1 3/8 by 7 7/8. And then we'll need 2 of these for the sides. The designer paper is 1/4 by 3.5, and the matting layer is 3 5/8 by 1 3/8. Okay, so again, I found that it's easier to put this down while it's flat. So let's go ahead and we'll do so. You can use your adhesive of choice. I'm going to use the multi-purpose glue, and I'm going to go kind of fast here. Mom and I like our pinks and yellows, and I think that she's just going to so enjoy this. All right, so you saw how I had that wrapped around. These are exactly the same here, so whichever side that you pick as your front, you can use. And hopefully I cut everything correctly. And guys, if I had a 12 by 12 Melon Mamba, I would have used that as my card base, but I'm all out of my 12 by 12s on my other color cardstock. That's why it's so important, I think, to keep those 12 by 12s on hand. But the basic white 12 by 12 is always a good go-to. Okay, I'm going to do this. And I probably should have done something first on this one, but we'll see if I can get it punched through. And then that's going to be my front flap. Isn't that paper just so summery? I love it. Love it, love it. All right, so here are our side pieces. This is another quick project here tonight, everybody. Especially if you have, so if you need to make some of these, if you need a small little gift box and it's late at night and you don't, want to run somewhere to get a box or a bag, like this is great. Have your 12 by 12 paper or cardstock on hand, and then you're ready to make this nice big box. Okay. All right, so we've got our sides decorated now. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll put this together. I'm going to flip it over now on the other side. And you're not going to believe this, guys, but I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus. I know you guys think all I use is this liquid glue, which I do about 99.9% of the time here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn down the tabs here. I think you can see that. And I'm going to turn them in on all of them. I'm going to do all 4 of these at the same time. This is going to be the box bottom. And you can use tear and tape, or you can use, of course, multi-purpose glue as well. Okay, so now it's just a matter of matching up the corners to making our box bottom. I love this, that it's an all-in-one. You don't have to make another lid. It's just an all-in-one box. Okay, we got that. And then on this, what we're going to do, so this is the lid. We're just going to go ahead and glue the ends of those together. So we can turn in those flaps and get some strong adhesive. Again, you want to use strong adhesive because it is a 3D box and it's going to be opened back and forth. Oh, before I do this, I'm going to see if I can go through 3 layers. I took a retired circle punch, and I thought it was just a little nicer to have this like a little notch out that someone could use to get the lid started. And I meant to go ahead and do that just 2 layers at a time, but I'm going to see if I can't punch 3 layers. That's kind of getting to be a no-no on it. Let's see how it goes. Oh, it did it. Hooray. Okay. So, yes, that's the lid. Okay, so look how these are going to be so pretty. Ugh. Just love the designer paper on this. All right. And now when we close it, we have a beautiful box. That is a nice size box. You know, so maybe you've made some homemade cookies, or you know, something else that you want to put in here. You can, like, this has some real estate. Again, it's going to be a 3 3/4 by 8. So, you know, lots of things that you can put in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll finish decorating the top of this box, though. Oops, what do I have going on here? My side on that box got a little wonky. I'll get that trimmed down. Ahead of time, I made this beautiful embellishment out of the paper, the die, and the stamp set from the Happiness Abounds. And I'm going to really pop this up. And I don't know what this punch is called. I have to get that looked up. But I just used this punch here as the backing and just started layering all of those die cut flowers out of it. And I'm going to put this on here. Got my Stampin' Dimensionals. Again, I just kind of layered it and kept layering it, and then put that happy birthday sentiment and stamp that onto a stitched shape banner. And look at that. It's a beautiful bouquet box. It's just gorgeous. Mom never watches my videos. I don't think any of my immediate family does. But what I'm going to put in here for Mom is we play a lot of cards. And so I'm going to put a brand new deck of cards in here. She loves to go to Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to get a Hobby Lobby gift card and put in there. And then she has some of her favorite snacks and treats and things like that. And so I'm going to pretend this is like some, you know, really yummy chocolate in there. So I'll have my greeting cards. I have it filled up with some treats that she likes, and have the gift card right on top. And then what I was thinking, and I didn't do it so far here tonight, but I thought because this is basic white, I thought what I would do is I would repeat this layer here on the inside. So when she opens it up, there's like, that's her kind of greeting here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put this greeting, "You are wonderful in every way." And so it's kind of going to be a little something that she can sit out and enjoy. And who wouldn't want to look at that for a long time? I know I would. Unfortunately, her birthday's next week, so I'll only get to look at it and enjoy it here for just a little bit. Let me look at the comments here. Oh, yes, you can definitely see the Halloween one again. So here's our boxes that we, you know, here's the box designs. Just anything would work for sure on this. Here I put a little bow on the bottom of it, and you can, you know, decorate as much as what you would like on it. Again, for Doreen wanted to ask about the Halloween one, I used this little image here, used a bunch of blends to color her, and then used the stitched shapes, the largest circle, and added the little frog, and you've put a spell on me. Okay. All right, everybody, that is our project here for tonight. Again, embracing our 12 by 12 cardstock, whether the basic white, which you can find in the annual catalog, a full pack of the 12 by 12 basic black is in the holiday mini, and then our 12 by 12 designer paper to decorate the front of our large box. All right, I'll go through and look at the comments later on and see if I can answer any more questions. You guys have a great week and happy crafting. Bye-bye.